5 has some of the catchiest songs out there. We're going to take a look at Daylight, Adam Levine and the band. We're not going to be talking about singing this at all. If you can sing it, you'll be able to figure it out. You're on your own. But very simple, as are a lot of their songs. Really only four or five chords, all in the key, in this case in the key of D, much like She Will Be Loved, which is capoed up, and a really repetitive little pattern going on with the right hand. So we really just have a few simple chords, D, G, B minor, and A. That's it. I guess there's really only 4, but we're going to see a few different ways of playing them. We're going to talk about different voicings. You could play, notice I was plucking that, I was just plucking 3 strings on the D chord. And that's all that's happening in the beginning, is it's opening up with the D, just playing the top 3 strings, and then taking off your second finger to create a chord that, well, I'll go into this right now. There are a couple different ways we could think about this chord. Here we just have a D chord. We would officially call it D with A in the bass, because we're playing the bass note A. When the bass comes in later on, it's really playing a D. So we're only going to talk about the guitar part. And then when we open up the first string and add an E to this chord, we could think of it as a D. The third of the D chord has been replaced with the second, which gives us a sus2. So, D to D sus2, except I'm not going to be calling this one D sus2, because another name for this chord is A. The root, since we're playing A in the bass, we're hearing an A, a D, and an E, which would be A sus4. So, D sus2 and A sus4 are the same chord, or at least they consist of the same notes. Anyway, that's what's going on in the beginning of this song. And you could play it with a pick. That's it. Steady flow of eighth notes. You could consider doing it up the neck. And that opens up the door to some of the other chords. So, we'll get into all that in the next. This is going to be a fairly short lesson because there's not a lot going on, but that's what we will be talking about, is a couple of different ways of playing the chord progression to Daylight.